Thank you, Gail, and thank you, Kenner. I just want to raise a report that was released from Barnardo's at the last week of June, and it found that 1 in 5 families are now cutting back on food because they simply cannot afford it. That means 20% of our population, and parents are skipping meals so that their children can eat. Others are reducing portion sizes or going without essentials just to get through the week, and I find that really worrying. As you know, Leader, for 20 years I've been working with families across Ireland through Tiglin, and I've seen what poverty is like, and it's often invisible. It's the mother who says that she's eaten but perhaps hasn't, so that the kids can eat. And I was recently on a late debate programme on RTE, and a woman texted in the programme, and her name was Lucia, and she said that she's at home and she's turned off all the lights and she's the heating off and the kids are gone to bed, and that she is listening to the radio because it's the only comfort she has. So I asked, with the permission of the researcher, if I could ring her on the way home, and they allowed me to do so. And it was a fascinating story just about how she's trying to make ends meet. And I know people like Lucia are lying awake wondering how they're going to get to the next payday. So we often sit in this house and we're discussing GDP, we're discussing budget surpluses and economic growth, and that's really important. But when you think of Lucia standing at the supermarket checkout and then putting food back on the shelf because basically she's run out of money, the Barnardo's report tells us that there's a huge concern that children, they don't choose the circumstances that they're born into, but they're experiencing food poverty. So I know there are good initiatives in place, but clearly for too many families it's not enough. And so I would ask for the government to have a debate on food poverty and also on the rising cost of living, and see if anything can be done to support families who are doing everything right but they're still getting left behind. And I know, I've said it before, the measure of a compassionate society is how we treat those people who aren't doing so well, who cannot afford to put food on the table. So surely in 2026 we can do better than this. Thank you, Ceithre, and thank you, Leader.